Do you ever think about the end of the world? A moment so chilling, it haunts our deepest fears. Let's dive into a narrative that shakes us to the core. The ancient book of Revelation paints a dark picture. When four seals break open, the four horsemen of the apocalypse emerge, foretelling the world's dreadful finale. First comes the rider on a white horse. He's not a hero, he's a deceiver. Many say he's the Antichrist, promising peace but bringing chaos. This isn't just some mythical tale. This is a warning. Be wary of those who seem righteous but harbor dark intentions. Then there's the rider on the blood-red horse. His presence screams war, sorrow, and heartbreak. As he gallops, peace slips away, leaving behind a trail of pain. Next, a black horse rides forth. He embodies hunger and despair. Just imagine, the price of bread skyrockets, leaving many starving and desperate. Dark times, indeed. The fourth horse, a ghastly pale shade, is ridden by death, with Hades close behind. They come to claim a quarter of the world, using famine, disease, and beasts. The world is in free fall. Opening the fifth seal reveals souls, those killed for their faith, crying for justice. A heartbreaking sight. They're told to wait, their cries echoing our own desires for justice in a broken world. But the sixth seal, that's a spectacle. The world shakes, the sun blackens, and the moon drips red. Stars plummet, skies vanish, mountains and islands flee. And the world's mighty? They hide. They'd rather face an avalanche than God's fury. This isn't some distant tale. This is a reflection of our own world, where people recognize God's power but turn away in defiance. Imagine for a moment the sheer magnitude of these events. The ground trembling beneath your feet, an oppressive darkness enveloping the day, and the moon, our ever-constant nighttime companion, oozing a crimson hue. Such scenes, plucked from the most vivid nightmares, suddenly become tangible realities. It's not just a cosmic spectacle, it's an urgent message, a visceral jolt to our senses. The universe itself seems to scream, urging us to acknowledge the profound power and dominion of the Almighty. The very fabric of our reality quakes, reshaped and contorted by His divine will. Yet, the most chilling part, amidst this celestial uproar, those deemed the mightiest among us, the kings, the warriors, the influencers, they are brought to their knees. The veneer of their power and authority, often portrayed as unassailable, is peeled back, revealing the vulnerable core of their humanity. They scramble, seeking shelter and refuge, desperately wanting to escape the piercing gaze of the omnipotent. But why this desperation? Why this fear? The very knowledge that they once flaunted, the understanding of God's omnipotence, has now become the source of their deepest dread. They've witnessed the undeniable might of the divine, yet they choose to cower, allowing their hubris to overshadow their faith. These leaders, these icons of our society, act as mirrors. In their reactions, we see our own frailties. How often do we, when faced with the overwhelming evidence of a higher power, choose the path of denial? How often do we prioritize our own desires over eternal truths? Their attempt to hide from God's wrath is a poignant reflection of our own tendencies to turn away from confronting our spiritual responsibilities. As much as the sixth seal serves as a warning, it's also a call to introspection. In the face of such undeniable divine manifestations, where do we stand? Do we run and hide, hoping to evade the inevitable? Or do we stand resolute, our faith unwavering, ready to embrace God's calling? History has shown time and again that when the chips are down, when all seems lost, it's our beliefs that guide us. The sixth seal is not just a depiction of apocalyptic events, but a testament to the human spirit's resilience or lack thereof. It beckons us to decide our path, urging us to be better, to rise above our fears, and to face the divine with faith and reverence. The tale of the sixth seal isn't just about the end of days. It's about choices, our choices. It's a timeless reminder that even when the world is crashing down around us, our faith can be the beacon that guides us through the darkest of nights. So, as the stars fall and the earth trembles, where will you stand? These verses show kings and commoners, both trembling before divine judgment. They know what's coming, but instead of seeking redemption, they run, they hide. It's a chilling portrayal of humanity's stubbornness. Their actions are more than fear. It's a refusal, a hard-set determination to reject God even when His power is undeniable. This resistance to turn to God, even in the face of doom, is both tragic and familiar. Doesn't it remind you of today's world? The Bible says knowing God exists isn't enough. True faith needs a heart transformed, surrendered to Him. Today, many acknowledge God but cling to their desires, rejecting His love. But why? Sin's allure. Some find sin's pleasure irresistible, even when they know it's wrong. Our world is changing, drifting from God's teachings. Sin's pleasures pull people away from eternal truths. We're in a tug-of-war between worldly desires and God's call. Yet, God's commands are protective, leading us to a fuller life. Amidst this shift, we, as believers, should be beacons. Let's shine God's love, mercy, and truth. In a world moving away from faith, our resilience is paramount. We should pray for those lost, hoping God softens their hearts. In this changing landscape, our role transcends mere observation. It demands active participation. We are the torchbearers in a growing darkness, illuminating the path for those who have strayed or are seeking. By embodying the teachings and grace of God, we can become living testimonies to His eternal love and hope. Our actions, our compassion, our unwavering commitment to our faith will serve as a testament to the transformative power of God's love, inviting others to find solace and purpose in His embrace. In essence, Revelation 6 is a chilling alert and a cry for action. It reflects a world distancing from God, echoing today's realities. The chapter's end-time chaos mirrors our world's current state. The true terror, the hardening of human hearts, a pattern visible today. Let's not be blind to the signs. Let's heed the warning.